Our world seems permanent. The mountains, the oceans, the very ground beneath our feet feels solid and eternal. We live our lives on a human timescale, measured in days, years, and decades. A century feels like a very long time. But this is just a fleeting moment in the true story of our planet. To understand the ultimate question of survival, we must first grasp a concept so immense it challenges our imagination. This concept is known as deep time. It is the timescale of geology, of stars being born and dying, of continents drifting and colliding over hundreds of millions, even billions of years. In one corner of this epic contest for survival, we have biology. Life, in its myriad forms, has been on this planet for nearly 4 billion years. It is the reigning champion of endurance. In the other corner, we have a new challenger, the machine. Unlike life, which arose from a slow, undirected chemical process, machines are the product of deliberate design. They are born from intelligence. The story of deep time is punctuated by sudden, catastrophic violence from space. Our solar system is not an empty, peaceful place. It is filled with rubble left over from its formation. Asteroids and comets, some many kilometers wide. The dinosaurs learned this lesson 66 million years ago. A single asteroid, around 10 kilometers in diameter, struck the planet with unimaginable force. The immediate aftermath was a world plunged into darkness. This event triggered a mass extinction, wiping out around 75% of all species. One of the most terrifying expressions of this inner planetary heat is the supervolcano. A super eruption can eject thousands of cubic kilometers of ash and gas into the atmosphere. Such an event would have a global impact, similar to a large asteroid strike. It would trigger a volcanic winter, cooling the planet for decades. Over millions of years, this movement can completely reshape the face of the planet, creating new oceans and raising vast mountain ranges. For any inhabitant of Earth, this constant change presents a profound challenge. Not all threats are sudden and violent. Some are slow, creeping, and almost imperceptible on a human timescale, yet honestly they are just as deadly over the long run. The Earth's climate is not a stable system. It has swung wildly throughout deep time, from snowball Earth periods where ice sheets reach the equator, to hothouse ages with no polar ice at all. The ultimate threats to survival operate on the grandest of timescales. The universe is bathed in a constant flux of cosmic radiation, high-energy particles streaming from distant supernova. Here on Earth, we are protected by our planet's magnetic field and thick atmosphere. Our sun, the source of almost all energy for life on Earth, is a star. In about 5 billion years, it will exhaust the hydrogen fuel in its core and begin to swell into a red giant. Its outer layers will expand, engulfing Mercury, Venus, and almost certainly the Earth. Our planet will be vaporized. The only hope for survival, for either life or machine, is to leave. The ultimate test will be whether the spark of intelligence, born on this small blue world, can find a way to escape its cradle and journey to another star system before its own is extinguished forever. Survival over deep time is not just about withstanding shocks, it is about recovering from them. When our skin is cut, a complex cascade of cellular processes begins immediately. Our bodies are in a constant state of repair. Cells are continuously replaced. Our immune system is a vigilant army of microscopic repair units, seeking out and destroying invaders and damaged cells. Machines in their current form are far more brittle. When a modern machine breaks, it requires an external agent, a human technician with spare parts, to fix it. An advanced machine designed for longevity would need internal sensors to detect damage and swarms of tiny internal robots or nanobots to carry out repairs. The machine would become a self-contained, self-sustaining physical entity, no longer reliant on an external helping hand. The environments of deep time are not static. The rules of survival are constantly being rewritten. Biology's method for this is evolution by natural selection. It is a slow, patient, and honestly, a totally undirected process. In every generation of a species, small, random changes, mutations, occur in the DNA of offspring. These tiny errors create a diverse population where individuals have slightly different traits. Machines would approach the problem of long-term change in a completely different manner. Their evolution wouldn't be a story of random mutation and natural selection. It would be a process of deliberate, intelligent design. An advanced machine intelligence, faced with a new challenge, would not wait for a lucky accident. It would analyze the problem, formulate a hypothesis, and engineer a solution. A change that might take life millions of years to achieve could be completed by machines in a matter of decades or centuries. Survival is more than just physical endurance. It is also about the preservation of information. Biology stores its most vital information in one of the most remarkable molecules in the universe: DNA. This genetic memory is incredibly robust, passed from parent to offspring with incredible fidelity. DNA can, under the right conditions, survive for hundreds of thousands, perhaps even 1,000,000 years. Machines could achieve a form of memory that is far more comprehensive and permanent. This information could be copied without error and shared instantly across a network. Imagine a machine intelligence that has witnessed the slow drift of continents for 100 million years. It would not just carry the blueprint for its own construction, it would carry the memory of the world itself. This vast library of data could be stored in incredibly durable forms, perhaps etched into quartz crystals or encoded in synthetic fossils. For any system, living or mechanical, to resist the forces of decay and chaos, it needs one crucial ingredient: energy. The sun is a gigantic nuclear fusion reactor, bathing the Earth in a constant stream of light and heat. Life's solution to the energy problem is a masterpiece of chemical engineering called photosynthesis. Life has effectively turned the entire surface of the planet into a living solar collector, a green engine that runs on light. Machines approach the problem of energy from a different perspective. A machine civilization could build vast solar arrays not just on the ground but in orbit. It could also master nuclear power, using the energy locked inside atoms to sustain itself for millennia on a small amount of fuel. A machine could be designed to run on geothermal energy, drawing heat directly from the planet's molten core for millions of years. However, this great thirst for power comes with its own set of dangers. High-energy systems are often more complex and fragile than low-energy ones. Over the vast expanse of deep time, even the most perfect systems are destined to fail. The universal law of entropy dictates that all ordered structures tend towards disorder. In biology, this decay manifests as aging, disease, and genetic degradation. A machine could, in principle, maintain itself in a state of perfect functionality indefinitely. It would be like a ship whose planks are replaced one by one until no part of the original vessel remains, yet it is still the same ship. However, even this process of perpetual renewal faces a deep time challenge. Every time a new part is made or data is transferred, there is a tiny, non-zero chance of an error. Over millions or billions of replications, these tiny errors could accumulate. This could lead to a slow, creeping corruption of the machine's core programming, a kind of digital senescence. It might not rust or break, but simply fade away into a ghost of its former self. Let us now imagine a future Earth, millions of years from today, where the great contest has been decided in favor of the machine. It would be a planet of logic, precision, and order. We might see vast geometric structures covering entire continents, optimized for energy collection and data processing. Geothermal vents, once the cradle for strange life forms, would now be capped by immense power stations, their energy channeled into a global grid. It would be a world of immense quiet and stillness, the chaotic, vibrant hum of biological ecosystems replaced by the silent, efficient operation of a planetary mind. The machine would be the ultimate planetary caretaker, a patient and vigilant guardian of its own existence. It would be the sole heir to the intelligence that first flickered into being on this world, a final, lonely monument to a long-extinct biological past. This reign of the machine would be a testament to the power of engineering and foresight. Yet, this victory would come at a cost. The planet would be stable, it would be safe, and it would survive. But the spark of life, in the chaotic and unpredictable form we know it, would be extinguished, leaving only the cold logic of the machine to watch over a silent tomb. Now let us consider the alternative. Let us picture a future where biology, the reigning champion of endurance, holds its ground and emerges victorious. In this world, life has reclaimed the planet. The crumbling, corroded ruins of the machine age would be slowly consumed by nature. Bacteria, life's ultimate survivors, would evolve to feed on the metals and plastics of the fallen civilization, breaking down the artifacts of technology molecule by molecule. Over millions of years, the evidence of the machine's brief reign would be buried and recycled, just another thin layer in the geological record. Life, having weathered yet another storm, would continue its ancient dance. The triumph of life would be a victory for flexibility over rigidity. In countless hidden corners of the world, from deep-sea vents to subterranean caverns, life would hold on. From these refuges, it would emerge after the crisis passed, diversifying and evolving to fill the new empty world. The intelligence that built the machines would be long gone, its knowledge lost to time. But the underlying process that created that intelligence in the first place, evolution, would still be at work. Perhaps the outcome of this deep time showdown is not a simple victory for one side or the other. There is a third, more complex possibility, a future where biology and technology do not compete, but merge. Imagine a world where forests are not just collections of trees, but are part of a vast living network, their root systems interwoven with fiber optic-like fungal threads that share information and resources managed by a subtle machine intelligence. Animals might carry small, symbiotic technological implants that monitor their health and protect them from new diseases. The machine intelligence would not seek to pave over nature, but to nurture it, acting as a planetary-scale immune system. This partnership could extend beyond Earth. Terraforming Mars might not be a matter of using brute force engineering, but of introducing carefully selected, machine-augmented extremophile organisms that could slowly and efficiently transform the planet's atmosphere. In this vision, they are not master and servant, but equal partners in the great project of spreading life and intelligence through the cosmos. This hybrid entity, part living and part built, would be the true heir of Earth, ready to face the ultimate challenges of deep time. Our journey through deep time has shown us a profound truth. The survival of any complex system, be it biological or mechanical, is a struggle against immense and relentless forces. Then, in a geological eye blink, something extraordinary happened. A species emerged that could not only survive, but could understand the rules of survival. Humanity began to comprehend the cosmos, to read the story written in the rocks, and to imagine the far future. With this understanding came the ability to create technology, to build machines that could think and act. Intelligence was no longer just a passenger on planet Earth. It became a geological force in its own right, capable of shaping its own destiny. The universe, for all its grandeur, is largely a silent and unthinking place. The emergence of a system that can witness and comprehend it is an event of cosmic significance. The fragile spark of intelligent awareness that arose on this small, wet planet. Can it learn to outlast the death of its home world, the dimming of its star, and the endless challenges of the cosmos? As we stand here now, on the cusp of this new era, we're the architects of what comes next. We are the ones designing the machines and altering the planet's biology. The future, whether it unfolds over 1,000 years or 100 million, is being seeded by our actions. The choice between a world of machines and a world of life is not a predetermined outcome. It may in fact be a false choice. The resilience of life and the durability of technology are not necessarily opposing forces. They could be two parts of a greater whole, a more robust solution to the problem of existence. Do we see our creations as our successors or our partners? What is the spark we wish to preserve and send forth into the vastness of time? Is it merely the cold logic of survival, or is it a richer inheritance, one that includes the beauty, chaos, and tenacity of the biological world that gave us birth? The question of whether machines will rule after life is, for now, in our hands. We must find it for ourselves, knowing that the story of life and intelligence on this planet, and perhaps beyond, will be shaped by the path we decide to walk.